Welcome to Longview Game Day. I am Keaton Daniels. This is the pregame show. To my left, I have Frank Sides. To my far right, I have Miss Katie Baker, and the man of the hour who graces us with his presence every first segment, Coach King. How you doing?
I'm good. Glad to be here and appreciate y'all having me.
Good. I'm glad to finally get football back. It seems like it's been forever since we've seen you. It's been a couple of weeks. How's everything going? How's the ball club? How's the team doing right now?
Well, the open week came at a good time. We were able to get some guys back that had been out with some injuries and healed up a little bit, worked on little things, focused on ourselves during the open week, and then, of course, this week went to work on Rockwall. But thought the kids approached it in the right way, right manner. Nobody's satisfied with the last game we played, the outcome of that. But, we've got another opportunity tonight, so that's kind of how we've approached it.
Well, it's starting to get for real now. Because
no, it is for real.
District starts. District starts tonight. We're facing a team that we used to face in district before we had a realignment in Rockwall. Talk about them and some of the challenges they face offensively and defensively.
Well, none of our kids on this team have ever played Rockwall.
Really?
It's, last time we were in the district with them was 2019.
Mm-hmm.
But they're still the same, pretty much. Trey Brooks took over when Rodney Webb left, and Trey was his offensive coordinator, and he's kind of kept some of the same principles offensively and defensively. They still stress you with a kicking game, but they're very explosive. They've lost their quarterback for the year, but the backups come in and play quite well. I mean, he's throwing the ball all over the place, and they've got great receivers, that they stress you all over the field with their wide splits and the running games they have inside and, how they can throw their RPO. So, very well-coached football team. They've lost a couple of games to North Crowley and Lake Travis, which are two really good football teams. So, they've had a tough non-district schedule too.
Now, when we get to this part of district, or when we get to district, how has been practiced, the intensity, the level, has that been raised? Or how is the players responding to?
Well, we have a format we follow, kind of a template we follow. We plan for a marathon, not a race.
Absolutely.
We want to play 16 weeks, so we have a way we practice non-district, we have a way we practice district, and then we have a way we practice playoffs when we get there. So we changed a few things up, but as far as intensity and the physicality, it was pretty much status quo for what we do.
I'm laughing because, Coach, I was just kind of walking him into it. he giving me a smile like, exactly what I'm Well, I just had to ask. People don't know, and Coach knows.
Got a little testy some days.
Oh, I can imagine.
But rightfully so. I mean, it's that time of the year. I mean, you gotta. Iron sharpens iron. You got to get ready for the 6-game stretch of district play.
Yeah, and especially with us only having a couple more home games left.
Yeah. Each
game, each opportunity that we have, everything matters when it comes to district play.
Yeah, 6 district ball games, 3 at home, 3 away. We get Rockwall at home, we get Tyler Legacy at home, and North Forney. We got to go on the road for the other 3 with Forney and Rockwall Heath, and then Laura City. So, it's 6 games. That's what I told them, we're playoff season. It's 6 games. It's going to decide what we're going to do. And that needs to be mentality.
Absolutely.
So all the kids that are getting ready for Halloween and want to dress up as Coach John King this year,
tell them
where they can get some Lobo gear.
Get some Lobo gear. Go see Joe Carroll at the Lobo store. Tonight we've got the merchandise trailer going, but, she's got some nice stuff out. Funny you say that. We were looking for an old picture of Haynes when he dressed up like me years ago for Halloween. They wanted something for Georgia Tech, I guess, with Halloween.
Oh, yeah.
We couldn't find it with the 10 million pictures we got, but, yeah. There's been a few that's tried to do that through the years, but, yeah. May not be a good character this year.
It's always a good character.
I feel like that's always a fan favorite.
Tell you that I have to get a bigger pillow because belly's got a little bigger.
Well, Coach, with the move up in classification, does that change anything about what y'all do or what y'all want to be?
No, goals are still the same. How we do things doesn't matter what classification we're in. I mean, we got to go to different stadiums, play different opponents, but as far as the competition and the preparation, nothing really changes. We're in 6A, and regardless if we were in 5A playing tall grass, it don't matter. We're going to play and prepare the same way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you can look at it several different ways, but 5A Division I's been really tough. The last few years, been some really good teams in that classification. There's some good teams in 6A and in Division II, which we'd be in if we make the playoffs. There's being a small school in 6A. So
yeah. Now I kind of want to reflect back a little bit. I know it's been a couple of weeks and we haven't had the chance to talk, but now that the game is over from last week against Ruston, how hard was it facing a familiar foe in Coach Ball with him knowing you're inside and out and likewise going both ways?
No, it wasn't hard. I mean, I enjoyed catching up with Jared. I respect him as a coach and as a person. He's done a great job. He's got a tough physical football team. And they come over here and won a game. They beat us at home and they beat us playing what we played. They got in 2 tight ends and smashed it at us in the second half. Quarterback really took over the game, but it was a game of missed opportunities for us. We had the ball at midfield or near midfield about 6 possessions, and we didn't get points on it. And come back to discipline. I mean, pre-snap penalties we had with holding on big plays and jump off sides and don't cover a fade ball. I mean, just things like that cost us the ball game, and you're not going to beat good people doing that.
Yeah, that's true.
But it was good catching up. Had a chance to visit with him after the game. Of course, I called him the next day, but. The next week they went and put it on Midland Legacy pretty good too out at Choctaw, and they'll be back here tomorrow night. They got Stephenville.
Yeah, you took the words out of my mouth. I was going to say they actually come back here and play on this field tomorrow. So if you're around Longview, if you don't have anything to do, if you can't find Georgia Tech, how about you just come to Lobo Stadium and watch Ruston play?
I don't even know what time they play. They're playing here though.
They play here,
yeah. Or Oklahoma or Tulsa.
Oh, yeah.
Or Oklahoma. Come on now.
Had a chance to watch Tulsa and I played the other day on the replay. So yeah, seeing Buddha play and didn't see. Taylor didn't play last game, but you're right. And Sawyer going Welch, keep up with him.
Absolutely, Coastal Carolina.
Yeah. So. A lot of former Lobos playing a lot of college football.
That's my question is, from your perspective, how cool is that on Saturdays to when you're not working to be able to sit back and turn the TV on and there's a Lobo playing?
Last Saturday was different. The different I've had in a long time. I didn't have anywhere to go and we didn't have a game, so. I had a chance to watch some college football, which was nice, and do some things I needed to do around the house. And they left for about a month and a half. But, yeah, that's pretty cool to get to watch college football all day. And then caught the night game. I mean, it was –
we're introducing our Coach King jet tracker this week. Where are you headed so we can follow you around the country?
I'm going to Hot Atlanta, baby.
Oh, yeah.
I'll be there. Georgia Tech and Bobby Dodd. They got Duke coming in. It's undefeated, so it's a big game for Georgia Tech. But – yeah, it's I had one of our maintenance guys. He made sure that I knew that every time the Lobos won, Georgia Tech won, and every time the Lobos lost, Georgia Tech lost. He says, it depends on what you do tonight.
So we got to take care of business tonight.
Talk about extra pressure on you. My goodness.
No, never any pressure. But
So if you're watching from Vegas, just ignore that. No guarantees here. So. Folks that aren't familiar with Rockwall, what can we expect from them offensively? We saw some smash mouth football this week. I suspect it'll be a little bit different this week.
Up tempo. They're going to play and they're going to snap the ball within 8 or 9 seconds. They're good with the run game. The Wilson kid running back's really good, running between the tackles. And then it's the RPO game. And they do have mixed in some more drop back stuff that they do off of play action protection, but it is straight drop back. But, they've done a good job with that. And they get the ball out in a hurry. Defensively, they're going to blitz you, try to put you in negative situations. They want to win a possession, just try to outscore you. And that's why they do what they do in the kicking game. You'll see them onside kick us. Every time they score, we got to be ready for an onside kick. They have 2 kickers. And it stresses you to be able to prepare for all that. And then if you make them punt, you got to deal with 2 punters. They got a right-footed punter and a left-footed punter. So you can't overload one side. And they will punt it right or left. Just kind of depend on how you line up. And whoever doesn't punt blocks. So,
and your punt returner working on fair catches this week? I'm joking.
Well, no.
Him and Willie Nelson seem to want to get up in the middle of everything.
We're going to try to return it. Big thing is let's make a punt, get off the field.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah. So, but they're explosive, and they've made some deep playoff runs the last few years. They got beat in the 3rd or 4th round last couple of years, but they've drawn some monsters too. They've had to play the Duncanvilles of the world and so forth. But Trey's done a great job and continued on that Rockwall tradition.
Well, Coach, this is pretty much parting words. You got any other things before we let you off?
No, we're ready to go, ready to play. You know, it's time to put up or shut up. What I told them, you know.
Absolutely.
Well, my last question, if you're okay with one more, is you scheduled South Oak Cliff and Ruston, two juggernauts back-to-back. Did you see from your young team those 2 weeks what you wanted to see when that iron sharpens iron
Other than
situation?
winning the game?
Other than that, yeah.
Saw great effort. I saw us get better in some areas, and you know, saw some improvement. It wasn't all negative, but, you know, it's hard for us to pray, I guess, celebrate more victories. You know, we want to win, and we got to make those plays to win. But playing those kind of people and being in those kind of situations, I mean, South Oak Cliff, we have a lead at halftime. Ruston, I think we had the lead at halftime, and we didn't play well enough second half to win.
Well, credit goes to you because you're not afraid to bring those guys here, schedule those guys. Like you said, iron sharpen iron. You want to see what your guys have against a quality team or a formidable team, and be able to see what you got to work on is going into district.
Yeah.
To be able to be able to adjust from that and learn. You want to learn. You want to know early than having to learn late.
I'd rather found out last 2 weeks and find out tonight.
Absolutely, yeah. That's an easy answer right there, yeah.
Sometimes you don't have many options when it comes to scheduling, too. You know, the slim pickings. Let's put it that way.
That's true.
But you know what? We're going to play good teams, you know, and I like it. I mean, it's exciting. It's not much fun when you're playing somebody that you know you got a better than 50-50 chance of winning a game. Games like tonight, you know, that's what kind of get the juices flowing in the last couple of weeks.
Exactly right.
It's like 10 games out of 10 here. Like every game is the same. Like it's every game is a tough opponent. Just get better.
Now, you should not be white-headed. You should have a little color in there. That's all white.
Well, Coach, we're not gonna hold you any longer. Go out there and kick some butt tonight. Let's get this W.
You bet. We're gonna get after them now.
Absolutely, Coach. We appreciate it,
Coach.
All right.
Thank you.
We about to change the game. We out here taking names. Let them reach the sky. We about to change the game. We out here taking names. Let our voices rise. Let them reach the sky. Hickory down, giving them more that we got. Kick on the door, try to knock, but nobody answered. I'm going hard and taking my chances. I keep it moving, I keep advancing. We about to change the game. We out here taking names. Let our voices rise. Let them reach the skies. Let's go.
I'm attorney Marty Young. When you or your loved ones are involved in a catastrophic accident, hire the law firm with a proven track record.
In the last 25 years, no law firm has achieved our results in and out of the courtroom. You need and want to hire the lawyers who get proven results that insurance companies and corporations know about, that insurance and corporations are afraid of. Don't make the mistake of hiring a law firm who is not feared by the insurance industry. We truly hope you never need us, but if you do, we're here to help.
All right. We hope you enjoyed that new commercial from our good partners with Orr Cadillac. Speaking of Orr Cadillac, we have a sharp-looking man that's on set with us tonight. Mr. Jake Poole, appreciate you joining us.
Absolutely.
And I have my good friend Lizzie. She's back with us, too. What's up, guys?
All good.
How are we doing?
Man, we're doing great.
We doing,
great.
look,
Glad to be here.
Over here talking smooth and everything. You know I got to give you a hard time every time I see you.
That's right. That's right.
Hey, so how's business been going? How's inventory?
Man, business is good. Inventory's good. We've got the new Yukon, a new Escalade coming out.
It's sharp, too.
And that thing looks awesome.
Yes, sir.
So we're ordering now. We're taking orders, and we've got allocation coming in, and so we'll have them probably end of the year. They'll be here. So we're taking orders. If anybody wants one, swing by or call up, and we'll get the order placed. Trucks are good, man. Trucks are probably the best-selling truck right now in the industry is the GM truck.
Yes, sir.
So,
nice. How's the building going? Because I know y'all are.
Yeah, so we're building now. Our pre-owned location is being built now. It'll be completed February 1st, first week of February, and so we'll move into it, and then the current building it's going to go away.
Wow.
It'll be a parking lot, and the building behind it will be there, and then we'll start the other. GMC Cadillac will be across the street from that, right there in that field next to it.
Right across the street. Okay.
Wow.
So that'll probably take, probably a year and a half, I would think.
Big changes
It's
on the way.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. It's going to
Yeah.
it's gonna be wild and crazy, but it's going to be fun.
Sounds like it's booming.
Yep, it's going to be good. So,
Well, guys, we had a bye week last week. It felt weird not seeing you guys. It felt weird not doing anything, but it also felt good too. But it's time. This is district. Everything from the past doesn't matter anymore. Everything matters tonight and going forward, because every single week sets you up for, or put you in the driver's seat, or puts you in the back seat needing help to get into the playoffs. But how do you guys feel about tonight? Just briefly before we end with that. But just briefly,
I know that y'all missed it, but Coach King mentioned in the first segment that they were leading the first half against South Oak Cliff. They were leading 2 weeks ago, and then at halftime, and so now I just think it's about finishing.
Yeah.
Just finishing the ball game. They've put themselves to win in each of the ball games, and so I just feel like tonight's a great opportunity for them to start to finish, dominate.
And to get that mentality of being a second half team.
Yeah.
yeah.
And learning to cope with, issues in the second half and overcoming that.
I think the
Absolutely.
teams they've played are going to help them play better, because they were tough teams. They were
Yeah.
good teams.
Yeah.
And the games they've had, challenged them. And anytime you're challenged, that's going to help you grow.
Yeah. I had a lot of people, always tell me, man, what's wrong with Longview? Lost 2 games. I don't know what's wrong. I was like, do you realize who we lost to?
Yeah.
Right. We lost to 2 state championship teams
Yeah.
that are top teams in their respective divisions, and they're dogs. The fact that they came here and we was right there winning, I don't feel bad. I don't feel. My worry meter is 0.
And the thing about it is, Longview's got such a storied program and history. Those are the only teams that will put Longview on their schedule.
Absolutely.
So
right.
you are stuck.
Right.
You're not getting the opportunity to play just anybody and getting an easy W.
Yeah, there's no easy weeks.
There is no easy weeks.
Because no
When
one wants to play you.
Yeah, when you have that legacy, no one's calling you up. Hey, let's get on the schedule.
Yeah. And Coach
Yeah.
King
So-
said it best last segment. He said that I rather know early what my team is doing or what type of team I got than knowing too late or knowing at district time, because like we said, each game matters. We're in 6A now. It's bigger ball. I'm not gonna say big boy ball, because we're always gonna continue to keep playing our style of game. We're not gonna deter from it, because that's what makes Longview, and that's what every team, when they come play us, they're gonna play a physical game as well too.
And when you play those tough teams, those teams put you on your limits, and it's good for coach to know what the limits are in certain aspects of the game, so then you can coach around certain things, knowing how the guys perform against somebody that's so solid.
And I think the open week came at the right time.
was about to
You're
say
through
that.
non-district. Here's the time period Coach King mentioned. Last week they worked on them. And so he mentioned about some of the pre-snap penalties, some of the uncharacteristic penalties that they've received over the first half of the non-district play. And so I think it was just a perfect timing to set them up for a successful run in district.
Hey man, 20. Boosie just came by and bumped me. That's my man. I'm expecting big performance from him tonight. It looks like he has his coach. Lamar is in the building, so he just over there dapped him up. So I'm excited to see him put up a performance. But also, too, what it does before we start talking about the high school games is it kind of starts to settle you down a little bit. You kind of not as antsy as you are at the beginning of the season. You're starting to know who you are as a player, who you are as a team.
The identity,
And
absolutely.
Absolutely. All those things start to get established, and you can start playing your style of football.
I agree.
Yeah.
True.
You guys want to talk about some high school football that's around the
Liz,
area?
lead us
Yeah,
off.
so we don't have many games to talk about this week because I think a lot of people are on their bye week now.
Mm-hmm.
But first up, Henderson Lions, which I know someone sitting at this table
Knows
is-
a little bit about the Henderson
Yeah,
Lions.
so that's
they know
a
a
big
little bit.
game, man. That
Yeah,
was the
they're
biggest
playing
game of the
Kilgore.
year growing up.
Yeah.
Like, Kilgore's the game.
Crosstown rivals.
And,
I was
you
going
know,
to say, how far away is Henderson from Kilgore? I mean,
15
Oh,
minutes.
yeah, I was about to say, it's
really close.
I mean,
Next town.
a lot
Next
of people
town
know
over.
each other.
Mm-hmm.
And it's big time rival, you know. That's who you want to beat every. I mean, you work all year, all off season. You're thinking about the Bulldogs. You
Oh
know?
yeah, you got friends, you got cousins on those teams.
And you know, Kilgore's good.
Yeah.
Man, Kilgore's real good.
Yeah.
But you know, to talk about the Lions, they're 4-1, and last year I think they won one game. And their program has made a huge turn this year. Got a young coach who's a hometown guy.
See, that's exciting.
And he's got people around him. He's building culture. He's building believe in. And so he's got I mean, if you think about it, the schedule that he's got was given to him from the previous year, and the players and everything else. And so all he's done is change the mindset and the culture of we can win, and this is, let's play hard. And I'm excited to see.
how quickly they've been able to turn it around.
Yeah.
That is incredible.
Yeah,
that is
4-1
incredible
right now. They put it on Palestine last week.
Yeah, that was impressive.
62-38.
Anytime you score 60, I don't care who you're playing. That's
and then
incredible.
Palestine beat a big team, right, this year.
Gosh, I'd have to know. I'd have to look it up.
Too.
I want to say so too. I think I saw it on the red zone.
Okay.
So, but Kilgore beat an undefeated Pine Tree last week,
and it was a pretty close game.
Yeah.
Which says something about Pine Tree. I know we've talked about the fact that Pine Tree had been undefeated at the start of the season, and how many years prior has that been?
It's
that they've had that record?
Been decades.
Yes.
It's been close to 2, if not 2 decades since they've been.
It's going to be a good test. I feel like this is going to be a great game
Yeah.
to go watch in East Texas tonight.
Oh yeah.
So who you got?
Well, I got it all day with my guys. I mean, it's going to be tough for them, no doubt.
Yeah.
But it's one of those games, the team that's ranked to win still has to show up and play.
Oh, yeah.
Because the other team is going to give it all they got and some. So it'll be a good test for both.
Yeah. Well, who do you have on this one?
Kia, go for sure.
I'm leaning your way tonight.
Me too, but I mean, I'm excited to keep up with the game and see like how much of a fight and a test it's going to be.
That's the one that you want to be in 2 places at once.
Yeah.
Next week, if the Lions win, we were talking about that.
Oh yeah, break it up. Hey, you got every right to flaunt it.
Absolutely,
You got every right.
absolutely.
What about the next game? Let's talk about that one.
We got the Atlanta Rabbits are playing the Jefferson Bulldogs. Atlanta is 4-1 and Jefferson's 5-0. So I don't know much about these teams this year besides just their record right there. Katie, do you have any knowledge?
If you look at the scores, you can tell they'll both put points on the board. And so I feel like from what I've been able to read up on, Jefferson's pretty balanced. They've got a good quarterback. They run the ball. And so it's going to be about stopping that run. But it'll be a tough test, but I think I'm going to go with the Bulldogs for tonight. I think I'm going to go with Jefferson. We're going to see.
Okay. Shout out to Trey Carlson. That's the running backs coach down there at Jefferson, man. That's a friend of ours, former great Liberty Alu running back, Texas A&M running back, played in the league for a little while too, man. Shout out to him. He's got some running back. I think he has a Division I running back. That's toting it pretty good down there in Jefferson. They're putting up big numbers, and it's not just him. They have a squad. They're putting up big time points there. Atlanta, the first thing that comes to my mind when I think about them is fast.
They've always had speed. I feel like it's year after year.
So this 71 that they put on White Oak last week.
And White Oak is pretty good this year from what I know.
It doesn't surprise me that they put up that many points because they are so freaking fast.
What's in the water there?
I know it.
They've always been that way.
Like, why? What is going on there? I just know every single person that I've known to play sports for Atlanta has always been one thing, and that is just fast. I had a teammate, quick story, a teammate of mine that I played with at Tarleton. He was so fast that he ran track. He was a non-scholarship on track.
Wow.
1 in 100. I'm talking about he was super fast. Transferred to Texas A&M.
Wow.
So that shows you how gifted and
boy.
athletically he was in track. So just track, man. Those guys are super fast, but I got Jefferson too.
I'm taking Jefferson in
Yeah,
this
you know,
game.
the thing about this game, these two communities are close.
Yeah.
So this is like a Kilgore Henderson. This is like they all know each other. They're in the off season talking about each other, and they're working out to try to beat each other the next year.
Absolutely.
And so it'd be another great game to watch.
Absolutely. Well, we got a few more minutes left. How about them Texas Longhorns so far?
Well, we have a bye week this Saturday, this week.
But
We needed after last week. We didn't look so great.
Yeah,
It was
first
a little-
SEC game.
Yeah. It's still fine. We had a couple of
W.
uncharacteristic turnovers, but we managed to persevere,
Yeah.
so it'll be fine. It'll be interesting because OU has this as a bye week. We have it as a bye week leading up to the Red River Shootout. It's
Absolutely.
going to be something.
Absolutely. The boys up north, they didn't look too good last week against Auburn, but they pulled it out.
Oh, my gosh.
Started a true freshman quarterback who was fast.
Yes. Yeah.
First drive of the game, he housed one. That was pretty impressive, but I don't think they have enough to beat Texas. But those games are harder.
I was about to say,
Those games are always
that game
harder.
is like you can't, like there's, you can say this one has all the advantages,
Yes.
but on that Saturday,
Yes.
it's all up in the air.
It's just like these two games that we talked
Yeah.
about.
Yeah,
These
exactly.
rivalries.
Yeah.
That these guys know each other. They was in the same recruiting circle, the same camp, same everything. They know each other.
And the names will be stuck in your mind
Absolutely.
for years to come. They're just
These are the games
back
you remember
there
forever
eating.
when you
Yeah.
play.
Exactly
Eating at
right.
You don't forget
Yeah.
these games.
That's exactly
The
right.
losses.
That game against Texas and Oklahoma is always one that
big.
that runs big. Everybody always talk
It's
about
one of
that.
the best in college football, no doubt.
100%.
Now
No doubt.
we won't be at home next week. Let's go ahead and give a prediction and talk about that since we can't talk about it next week.
Yeah. The
All right.
game?
Yeah. Who y'all
Of course
got?
I'm going with Texas.
Okay.
Of course.
All right.
Always.
Yes.
Have to.
Hook 'em.
We'll
Horns
continue-
up. Yeah.
Continue to keep hooking. Well, guys, we're pretty much almost short of time. We got about 45 minutes before it's time to kick this thing off. We got to set up upstairs. Guys, I really appreciate you guys. Jake, thank you guys at
Yes, sir.
OR for all you guys that you, all the things that you guys have done. Katie, Lizzie, love you guys. Thank y'all for being a part of this as always,
Absolutely.
too. Hey,
Always.
we see you guys in about 30 minutes. Facebook Live or YouTube.